Tomcat Tree Stand Rebuild. William Hovey Smith, 2023. This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. And this somewhat rusty, tattered relic here is the Tomcat 1 tree stand. And it has been in the field for some years now. I've owned it for at least a decade, although I bring it in every year. Last year, this particular stand got left out. And so much of its deterioration here is due to prolonged sun exposure. This stand is no longer available. It's no longer made, which is unfortunate because it's a very lightweight stand. Its straps have long since gone and been sort of replaced with something that sort of halfway worked. As you can see, the padding here is gone. The seat is okay, but needs a new coat of polyurethane on it. The clips here are no longer fully functional. The one is halfway functional. And so we are going to completely redo this, which is not going to take much, really. Basically, sanding and putting a new finish on the seat, replacing this material, putting a little paint where it's missing, and hanging it up on a tree again. The nice things I like about this stand are, first off, it is very lightweight, about 5 pounds or so. Secondly, I can put it on trees to about this big without any problem. Thirdly, the way the seat is shaped, I can step on it very easily and not have to swing my legs over a higher bar. And that's much easier for me to get into and out of these days. So, we're going to get started on stripping this old stuff off and putting some new on, and a little paint, a little sanding, and this thing will be ready to go again for another decade. This material here, or what's left of it, is camouflage duct tape. And the material I'm cutting off of it is actually pipe wrap. And I managed to find one piece of it in the store, and that'll be just enough to put this together. Okay, that off now. This was already a piece of improvised nylon strapping I put on it. So we can get these off. And this was how it was originally attached, just with a snap. Like that. I had to repair it once, as you see already. Okay. So now the seat looks somewhat better. This is the other piece that goes in that seat. And this particular cord is put in it just to keep the foot piece from down the tree. And now we have half the foot piece here. And we have that free. These snaps hold up reasonably well, although on some of my other stands they have given way, and I've taken some fishing line and actually sewed them here just to give them added assurance. So now we have the metal parts available, and we can proceed to rough these up a little bit where they need it and put a little spray paint on them. These sliding pieces that go in and out of the tubing on the seat and the foot piece to adjust for the width of the tree, as you see, they've started to accumulate a little surface rust. So I'm going to knock this off right quick with this pad. It just takes a very few strokes. These parts will braid anyway in time. And as I said, this thing is 10 years old anyway, so it's done good for its age. You see where the paint has already been abraded and knocked off on occasion. This seat is going to get a coat of polyurethane on it front and back, and I'm just roughening it up to give it some a little chance to bite a little better in the wood. I've been waiting today until the wind has finally died down so I could actually do this little bit. Okay, I protected the threads there. So let that dry for a few minutes and flip it over. Where it was absolutely bare metal and polished, the paint didn't seem to stick, but that's okay. This has somewhat the consistency of putty. And will take some time to dry, I would suspect. And now we've completed the spray painting. We can give it about, half an hour, 45 minutes to dry, and then move it inside for the night and let it finish. Now that the tubing is painted and dried, we can take our wrap here and proceed to cut it and install it. It did not used to, but now, at least this material has adhesive on it, which is useful. Or is it? Okay. We have our friendly duct tape started here. And now we're going to wrap it a spiral fashion. And cut. And we have our backrest now finished. As it turns out with the wrapping stage, that one piece is actually just a couple of inches shy, but I'm going to go ahead and use the smaller wrap instead of the larger one. And actually, this is not going to work out too badly, because this will allow me a little more room on this side when I step in and out of the stand without the possibility of getting a boot heel caught on the wrap right here. We have the wrapping completed. The next task is to adjust these foot pieces so that they pass easily in and out of the stand. This is how it should be. This one is also doing well. Does have a slight kink to it, but twill do, twill serve. We've now finished the wrapping. The purpose of this wrapping is to keep the gun from making noise when it's laid across the arms. You don't want to hear any metallic tinks when you pick it up or put it down. And the wrapping on the back piece provides a little extra comfort for the back if you're going to sit in this stand for long periods of time, as I often do. Next, we attach the straps. For the next stage of the process, we're going to have to sew on our belts. Well, our belts have just arrived from UPS, and they are reputed to be 50 inches long. These cut ends are the ones that will actually be sewn around the tubing of the stand, and I'm going to seal these by burning the ends. With the foot piece installed in the stand and the belt cut and attached, we have sufficient room to sling the stand over my shoulder and even over a hunting coat and still have ample strap left over. So all we have to do now is just sew it up. I feel like I'm resuming my past life as Ahmed the tent maker, and we run a row here of this 12-pound test nylon fishing line, and now I'm going to run a line up this way, across, and down again. So we have a box in effect. And if you wanted to, you could do a cross hatch across here for added strength, but I don't think that would be really necessary. And now we start on this edge. Pull through, index with your fingers, I'm using the seat to push down against to pull up with, and there we go. Pick out another spot, push in. And so on until you're done. I have completed my sewing and the straps are attached. And there's sufficient room that even with a heavy coat, I can still use the straps and tighten them up to fit the situation. One tip is to use this nylon fishing line and a good strong needle, and use pliers to push and pull the needle through the thick webbing, and that will save the fingers and keep you from being pricked quite so often. And now that we have steel fastenings on it instead of plastic, yeah, this should give us a good service for years to come. Giving you another view, you now see the straps better. Now this could be a little cottage industry project, rebuilding these stands, because they are no longer available. And refurbished like this, yeah, I think a hunter would pay a few $100s for it. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe, goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.